Good morning, everyone. My name is Veritas, and welcome back to Destiny. Now, today is Friday. Happens to be the day that Xur, the exotic merchant, shows up with some exotic nonsense for you to buy with strange coins, things like that. He's down here by the Crucible stuff, so if you are a PvPer, you frequent this area quite often. Otherwise, you might not know where this is. Anyway, this is where Xur's got. And this is what he is. Anyway, this is where Xur is, and this is what he's got. Interesting. He has the Void Fang for a second time. And the Alpha Loopy. I don't think Xur changed his stock all that much. Anyway, let's get into it. I will open the website, see what his stat rolls are, tell you guys which ones to buy, if any. Looks like... John, I'm taking a gander at the website here. It looks like Xur has absolute shit. I'll see you back in the studio. Yeah, thanks, Henry. Thanks for telling me what he's got, and that's absolute shit. Can you hear me the stat rolls and this stuff? Absolutely sure, John. The Peregrine Greaves, the Titan Boots, look like a 90% stat roll. The Crest of Alpha Loopy there looks like a 91. And the Void Fang Vestments come out about 92% there, John. That's all I can really tell you on the side of the stat rolls. Back to you in the studio. Thanks, what the fuck was your name? Henry? Thanks, Henry. So as Henry stated, everything's shit. So yeah, so Legacy Engram, this is year one helmet. So if you need something from year one that for whatever reason you needed a year one helmet, go ahead and buy this. You can tell they're Legacy because they say they're Legacy, and they cost more strange coins than normal Engrams would. Anyway, so this will give you a year one helmet maxed out at 170 light. So don't buy it unless you need it for some reason. Peregrine Greaves are Titan boots that give you more damage with your airborne shoulder charge. So if you're running Striker and you use shoulder charge, if you jump and then kill something with that shoulder charge, it does bonus damage. Very good for when it's like strikes, when they're like arc burn, airborne, and like brawler. That's like, it's ridiculous strong. They're really cool looking too. I wish I was on my Titan to show you what they look like, but they're pretty freaking neat. I like how they look. They're good with shaders, things like that. Pretty fun boots. I would pick them up if you don't have them, even though they are 90% stat roll, as Henry stated, but Arc Double Down's pretty good for that because you're going to be using your Striker Titan Fusion Machine Gun. You can re-roll these as well. I'll explain how to do that later. But yeah, they're decent. So moving into the Crest of Alpha Loopy, this pretty much does what it says it does. It's a decent roll. This might be better than mine, actually, in terms of stat roll. I think mine's shit in terms of stat roll, if this is the case here. But this chest piece is for hunters. This will give you more orbs when you super, and you can also be revived and revive faster. Nice team play chest piece there, based in intellect because it is a super based chest piece. You've got sidearm and hand cannon ammo, and this is the good version of the defense armor if you want to pick this up. Pretty decent. You can reroll it as well if you want to do that. And for the second week in a row, he has the Void Fang Vestments. This is a Warlock chest piece. This thing is my favorite chest piece in the game, so don't buy it so I continue to feel special. This has increased discipline and strength, looks like pulse and fusion, and then we have arc burn defense. This is the good version of it, so pick this up if you don't have it. This one's 92%, so it's not bad. It's worse than the one last week he had, but it is pretty good. What this does is it has Hungering Void. You spawn with grenade energy every time you die, and your Axiom Bolt grenade spawns an additional Seeker, so it can up to have 3 Seekers when it scans an enemy. Kind of like the Arc Bolt will scan a radius and then shoot out. The Firebolt does the same thing. These ones do the same thing. You throw it, it scans the radius up to 2 enemies. Without the chest piece, up to 3 enemies will be scanned with the chest piece. Pretty good. I like this chest piece. Pretty good. Don't buy it, though. I want to feel special still. And moving into the weapon he has this week, this is the 4th Horseman. Pretty shit shotgun in terms of anything, really. The reload on this thing is god-awful. Even with gauntlets 4 reload, it's pretty fucking bad. I wouldn't recommend this ever in any game mode at all. Even Arc Burn Specialist is pretty... I mean, even Arc Burn Specialist, maybe, if you have a boss that doesn't, Quake Slam. But anyway, what this thing does is this has Thunderer. Weapon can be fired in full auto. It has 5 rounds in the magazine, even though it only has 4 barrels. So thanks, Bungie, for your consistency continued throughout the longevity of this beautiful game we call Destiny. Anyway, final round. The final round in the shell. The final shell does bonus damage, and return to sender means kills with this weapon have a chance to grant bonus ammo to the magazine. So yeah, that's what that does. Yeah, it's a pretty shit shotgun. I wouldn't pick it up unless you don't have it for your collection. Moving down to weapon ornaments, he has Not a Toy, which is the worst thing in the fucking world. This makes Zalo Supercell look like literally you took it out of a trash heap. But he's got that for this. If you want that for the Zalo Supercell, I would suggest getting whatever the other one is, like Shock Hazard. I think is the other one. And he has Silver Bullet, which is one of the ones for the Nemesis Star. A pretty bad machine gun, actually. Pretty bad machine gun. I don't know why they put a solar machine gun in the heavy slot. That doesn't make any sense. Regardless. Anyway, so, yeah. Down here we have the Emerald Coil, quote-unquote, and the Plasma Drive, unquote-unquote. Again, consistency is the #1 priority at Bungie. Anyway, so this thing will give you the ability to upgrade a rare quality Sparrow into a legendary quality Sparrow with a blue or green trail, respectively. Moving into heavy ammo synthesis, these can be used during combat to fully regenerate your heavy ammo supply, or they can be used to trade into factions for faction reputation. It takes 100 of these to get a faction reputation rank. If you're using the exotic class item, it takes like 80-something or 90-something. Pretty good. Takes 30 coins or 100 of these to get your faction rank up, so if you still need that, go ahead. 3 of coins. Ignore everything it says on the screen there. 3 of coins can be used to give you a buff called Exotic Particles. This will allow you to have the chance on the next Ultra you kill or Crucible match you complete. Ultras are named, big named people that have names like Atheon, but I don't think he counts. Most raid bosses don't count. So you have 3 of coins here. Say you use 1 and now you have a buff called Exotic Particles. This grants you the ability to receive an exotic engram, maybe, on the next Ultra you kill. So strike bosses, essentially. Strike bosses and Crucible match completions. Think of it as like a 5% buff. So the first one you use, 5% chance, kill the Undying Mind. If he doesn't drop an engram, use another one. Now you have a 10% chance, kill something, Valis to Arik. If he doesn't drop, use another one. Now you have 15% chance, continue. Same thing on Crucible matches. You use one, finish a match. Doesn't get one, use another one. Don't use 10 or whatever at once some people do. I don't know why they do that. It doesn't stack. It's stackable in that it will continue to be a greater chance as you use them consecutively after burning the effect, but not that they're stackable in that you can use 7 at once to have a greater chance. Moving into Glass Needles, these things are expensive as hell unless you have a lot of materials. I wouldn't even use these, but these can be used to reroll exotic armors. So say this chest piece here, the Void Fang, 92% stat roll. You're always going to have Discipline because this is a grenade-based chest piece, so you're always going to have Discipline, so if you re-roll it, it's always going to be discipline-based. But you can come down here if you own it and twist the fate. That will change the perks and the stats around. Most things are set in at least one stat. So like I said, this is a grenade-based chest piece. You're always going to have discipline on this. And some perks cannot roll on certain things. Like I don't think... Oh, what is it called? One of like the boots that have like what's it called? The Young Ahamkar, or the Steeled Ahamkara Grasp, I think are only primary and special loader. I don't think they have a heavy loader option, whatever that is. So some of them don't have things. Go to Bungie.net and go to the Armory and see what perks can roll if you really are invested in that option there. And Motes of Light, this is a bad exchange rate. Never use this. It's an awful exchange rate. But that's where he is. That's what he's got. My recommendations this week are pretty much don't buy anything unless you need it for a collection. The weapons shit. The armor is pretty bad in terms of stat rolls. I'll quickly explain what stat rolls means. So everything has a chance to be perfect. That means that the allocated stats could be as high. So take this class item, for example, the Lead Scout's Cloak. You can see it has 23 Discipline and 33 Strength. Now, if I go down to something like this chest piece, or this class item, let me move this around so the stat things are the same. You can see this one has 25 Discipline and 35 Strength. This is the maximum you can get out of a class item. Same thing over here, 25, 35. So when you use an upgrade on it, it will be 25, 35 in some way. That way, those are maximum chest piece or class items. This is a not great one. So when people say that, hey, it's a perfect stat roll, that means that the maximum amount of that stat that could be in that slot is in that slot, which means that these chest pieces and boots over here are not perfect, but they're good. So when I say that, say, like, this chest piece is 92%, that's because chess pieces, I'll get my little cheat sheet off the side of the table over here, chess pieces can go up to 86 at maximum. So you have 83.79, which means it's not going to be perfect. It's close, because that 83 is 3 off of 86, and the 79 is 7 off of 86. So that's what we're talking about when we say perfect. It's how much stat you can get out of the stats there, the allocation of the perks. It's advanced shit you don't really need to worry about, but if you know what we're talking about, people that do these videos and people that say it in Destiny, that's what we mean. So, fun shit. Anyway, that's Reservis, that's what he's got. I'm gonna leave now. I have shit to do. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm streaming on Twitch almost every day, every weekday. Go follow. That's in the description below, twitch.tv/AtruumVeritas. in the description down there. Follow me on Twitter if you want to know when I'm going live over there. And, yeah, enjoy the stuff. I'm leaving now. Bye. I'm just gonna fucking leave the room. Henry, I'm joining you in the fucking news helicopter. Bye, everyone. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, very much appreciated. As always, until next time.